Hello there, welcome back to some more Pikmin 2. In the last episode we started the game, went to the Valley of Repose for the first day. We've got 280 of our dollary dues. Pocos, is that the currency? We're back at the Valley of Repose. And the onions come with us. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? The Pikmin seem to still be asleep inside their onion. What lazy creatures. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion per se to call them out. How dare you? You son of a bitch. Louis, you're doing it. So I realised yesterday when I said there's no time limit that you might have been misled as to what I meant. I didn't mean that there wasn't a day-night cycle which you have to stop the day by. What I meant was that you don't have to beat the game in a certain amount of time. You can take as long as it takes. That is kind of what I meant. But I think the days are still like 15 minutes long. There are lots of similarities to Pikmin 1, which makes sense. It is the same game engine. Just, I think, expanded and made a bit better. People generally think that Pikmin 2 is a better experience than Pikmin 1. I think Pikmin 1 is a better game because it's more condensed. And you get the idea across and it's very simple. So as for a concept, it's pretty good. But this is like when you have a concept and now you go, okay, so the players understand the concept. Now let's run with the concept and see what we can do with it. And then Pikmin 3 is the same again, except they made it slightly easier as far as I can tell. I've only played like the first maybe 3 or 4 days of Pikmin 3. I beat like the first boss, and that's it. So when I play it, it's essentially going to be blind for most of it. Whereas these two games I have played before. So you'll see that I kind of know roughly what to do, but it was so long ago. I played it back on the Wii. The only time I've ever played Pikmin 2 is on the Wii, the Play Control version. Which is pretty cool, I liked it. Is your... Oh, that's way better. Okay, that's one thing straight away. They'll go in a straight line. Yeah, the straight line thing is real good. That stops them from falling into water. That is a large improvement already. Give credit where it's due. When they make things better, I'll tell you. And that's better. Right, anything down here? Any sneaky hidden 10 pellets? Yeah, of course, because there's no time limit. There's no guarantee that I'll get a different part every day. That's 35, okay. It's not going to happen yet. Also, there's no guarantee that the same strategies that used to work will work now. The old strategies being just to go for it. For lots of enemies, my strategy was get 100 Pikmin and just circle around the enemy and like beat the shit out of them. If you lose 2 or 3, then so be it. There's no guarantee that will work. It probably will work, but there's no guarantee. It is the same engine, but in between games you can change, you know, enemies' resistances, you can change their HP, you can make them more or less likely to die to a certain thing. I will say also that I do enjoy this very fast Pikmin growth. That they grow very quickly. They probably flower very quickly too. Sit on this paper bag for me. Thank you. Now, if you kill them quickly enough, you don't die. That remains true. Normally I'd go straight in on that bullboard, but because it's a new game, I'm going to get as many Pikmin as I can before I do the bum rush strategy. I wonder if I can see... I can see how many are free, but I can't see how many are dead. Oh. So I'm just looking at things. Like, yeah, I can't see how many have died. Here. I guess I can if I keep a track of how many Pikmin I have. I've got 47 right now, so if I check this number and it isn't 47, I'll know that I lost some. But like I said, I'm not too worried about the having more than I started with in this game, because it's a lot harder to do. There's all kinds of monsters in this game that you might have seen in the ending credits of Pikmin 1 that I never actually fought. I will fight them in this game. Don't worry about that. Pretty much everything besides like the puff stool. I'm pretty sure the puff stool's only in Pikmin 1. Die. So I lost a few Pikmin to that skirmish. Or was it like 5? Need 35 still to carry that. Okay. In the meantime, you can bash this door down then, or start to at least. Give that a good old go. Yeah, press start now to check the map. I haven't got the radar, so I can't see where bits are just yet. You can also use the ship to heal still, of course. I'm about halfway through the day. In you get, friends. This is worth like 8 or something, isn't it? No, it's worth like 15. Or 12. It's hard to keep track when you're doing all these things together. There we go. 47 out of 64. So I can take a part back. And the rest of them can keep bashing down this door. How far have you gone? Oh, you're down 1 tier. That's not bad. There you go. Have some of this. Okay, good shit. Now you 9 can help finish that off. By the time we get back again, this will be done. So you can tell these ones, for example, this white symbol shows it's going to the ship, and the red would be it's going to the red one, and the yellow would be going to the yellow one. So as opposed to it all just going red, this one goes to the colour of the ship it's going to. So white means this ship. I don't know what the name of it is. It isn't the Dolphin, so... How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall? When massed, their might is ferocious. Louis, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not. Olimar, you are failing in your duties as a superior. Allow me to explain. Press A to grab Pikmin and release to throw them. Call them into a group with B. Press X to disband the group. Use C to issue orders and objectives to the group. C is useful for swarming Pikmin around treasure and enemies, or making them march in a line. It is very useful. What, so what did you say about grouping them? I think I've only got one kind, so it doesn't matter, but... Eventually it will matter. I'm going to show you how to extend days too. There's a little day extension trick. Okay, now we're carrying the maximum. There we go, buddies. $170. Utter scrap. He's shocked about that valuation. He hates it. Okay. Here we go. Can't remember what this game was rated for. Probably isn't a 3. It's probably like a 7 because there's comic violence. I can't go any further. So interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underground? What is wrong? You both show expression of unease. Do not fear, the leader's group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. Alright. Emergence cave. Enter this hole with your Pikmin squad? Yes. Welcome to the Emergence cave. Sub-level 1. Intriguing. My heat sensors indicate this hole's interior is warmer than on the surface. Analysis suggests subterranean areas may support different life forms than the surface. If you wish to check underground terrain, press start pause to communicate with me. I am not just a ship, I am an all-purpose support pod. You can't tell me where ship pods are though, can you? Fish. Right. Welcome to the Emergence Cave. There's an O-ring. He's got to take it back to the pod. The pod can absorb these things for some reason. Who knows why. But also, you notice the time limit is gone now. This is why the days can be much longer. Because there's no time limit when you're in the underground. And underground can go on for a while. Name. Citrus Lump. Zoom out a bit further. There we go. Right. Lads. The only place these things can go is the ship. So in the underground, it may not be worth fighting everything you see, because you don't get Pikmin from getting these kills. So that's a 7-Up. That's a 7-Up lid. That must be an American bottle cap. We don't really have a like metal bottle caps. We have like plastic ones. How can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beast so incompatible with my secretary, I suppose I will store your finds in my hold. But I do not think beasts would be worth much. They're not supposed to be worth much. It's like two monies. So to pay off the whole debt, I'd need 5,000 of these. Which is a bit... But it's worth doing. Gets them out of the way. What about this, though? A not bent bottle cap. Quenching emblem. Oh, it's the Japanese 7-Up, because it has, like, Japanese characters on it. Louis. Right, down to the next level. This hole appears to be quite deep. My senses indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louis, you do recall that you can adjust the camera with LR and Z, correct? Your expression suggests you do. Excellent, then approach the hole and press A to enter it. Of course. Delve deep with your Pikmin? Yes. But also, any Pikmin you lose in a cave, you can't replenish them because we haven't got access to our onion. So we have to be very careful about losing Pikmin here. Which is another reason why I'm not particularly bothered about keeping them alive, because it's very hard to do that. Final floor. I'll probably lose hundreds of Pikmin in these freaking caves. And that's not an exaggeration. Some of them are really hard, at least from what I remember. Take it back. For example, I need to have kept some alive for this. Oh, a globe. It's inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design on the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet seen from space. It's definitely Earth, then. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. How many do I need? It's 101. You bitch. Of course it is. Alright, no worries, no problem, no problem. Of course, also if Louis or Olimar die, the game's over too, so you have to be careful about that. My problem is I like sending them in. I always send them in first. Come here. That's it. Let's kite them. No chomps for you. Okay. I mean, we're getting more money, so that's all fine. What's all this then? Astounding! A flower blooms in a cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly it is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. Do they now? Or is that just wishful thinking on your part? Okay, here we go. What are you, friend? Amazing, a purple Pikmin, and his hair and it's quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers? Intriguing. Perhaps they are others. I don't think purple Pikmin are in Pikmin 3. I know they're in the co-op mode, or the versus mode. I don't think they're in the main game. Although maybe they are in the Switch version, I don't know. So their secret is they're very heavy, which makes them very good in combat, but also quite rare, so you have to look after them. And don't use them in combat you don't need to use them in. It's best to take like 10 of them with you wherever you go, and no more. They are rare enough to warrant that kind of scarcity. So how do I tell them now that I want to do yellow? I mean, not yellow, fucking purple. Oh, like this. I pick up one and then just hold it and they all go with me. For this thing, I think I can just do all of them. Right, so purple Pikmin, if you haven't guessed by now, have the strength of 10 normal Pikmin. So they carry 10 each. And I made 10 purples, so all I really needed is 10 purples and 1 red. And they'd have carried it on their own. But this is only the top half of a globe. Not the bottom half. Also, they can carry things, but they are quite slow. So you have to be wary of that. Leaving them behind. Spherical Atlas. Has it got the UK on it? Yeah, there it is. There's Japan. Down there. That's America, isn't it? Or is that Africa? No, 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 no. Yeah, because... Yeah, I'm not used to... Africa's like down here. Yeah. So this is the America and Canada. And then Mexico down there. Alright. There is a device resembling a microchip embedded inside the sphere. Retrieving data. However, I could only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographic charts. I will input this data into my planetary database and name it the Sphere Chart. Press Start Pause to contact me and access the Explorer kit on the radar screen with L. Now that we have this new data, you should explore the decoded territory tomorrow. Cool. I think that is when it tells you there's no parts left to get in this floor. It's like the game trying to tell you, I think, or maybe it's just part of the song, but I think it's the game trying to tell you there's no bits left to get. Also, you'll see how much slower the purples are than everyone else. Alright, out we go. Astounding. Water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate there's enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it as you press A to try. Alright, I will. Escape to the surface with your Pikmin? Yes. I'd love to. Three treasures salvaged. Cave complete. No Pikmin lost in this cave. 502 money gotten. 22 of it from corpses. And I've got a little flag because I've got every treasure in the place. Valley of Repose. Very good. You have successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision-making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. You've gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the President tonight detailing your progress. Alamon, Louis, since you will explore new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What? You still want to work? Unacceptable, you may not realize it, but you are exhausted. You should take as much needed rest as you have all the time you need to collect treasure. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. That's the game explicitly telling you. You don't have a time limit this time. Do what you want. Haste may make waste, but haste also makes profit. And I'm all about that profit. Today's report. I earned 672 monies. A total of 952 out of 10,000. Pikmin counts are up, but we lost 6 to battle. Hooray! Those numbers will be going up a lot. Baby steps first, Olimar. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt is with Happy Architect savings and loan, after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess, so ha! That'll show 'em. So what do those question marks tell you, do you think? Anyway, at the end of every day we look at our Piclopedia and our treasures. So here we go. The Red Bulborb. Oculus Kageyami rusus. Grub dog family. This large organism has the familiar mandibles and cranial morphology of the grub dog family, as well as the characteristic bulging eyes. As with most grub dogs, the creature's cranium comprises half of its total length and girth. Showing a scarlet abdomen with white spots, this creature is primarily nocturnal, choosing to prey upon smaller creatures returning to their nests. Originally classified as the spotty bulborb, further research has reclassified the species as the red bulborb. Subspecies of varied colours have easily been discovered, but academics have divided into 2 rival camps over how to handle their classification. The snow bulborb. Pansadus pseudodiculi frosticis, or frosticus. Breadbug family. Like the dwarf red bulborb, the snow bulborb is a member of the breadbug family that seeks to survive through imitating the appearance and behaviour of a bulborb. Its pale coloration and blue spots make for easy identification. In particular, this organism mimics the hairy bulborb, but is of course unable to grow the hair that gives the hairy bulborb its name. However, as the hairy bulborb has been known to lose its hair in certain circumstances, the snow bulborb is an effective mimic that is often mistaken for a member of the same species. Violet candypop bud. Flora puniceus. Candypop family. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candypop birds in subterranean regions. Considering the microecologies this plant has been found in, one can surmise that it could be found in any cavern regardless of geographic location. Tossing Pikmin into this flower results in the release of purple Pikmin seeds, regardless of the colour of the Pikmin tossed in. This variety of candypop contains robustly odoriferous oils. Odoriferous? Yeah, I think that's right. If candypop flowers could be cultivated, there is no doubt the plants would offer multifaceted benefits to the cosmetic, medical and tourist industries. Don't be doing that, Olimar. Clover. Quatrius infectum. Clover family. This is a naturalized species. These plants are extremely persistent, and with the assistance of a symbiotic fungus that grows on its roots, the species is able to survive even in drought conditions. Typically, its leaves come in groupings of 3, but intense impact on the leafing stem early in the development cycle can result in an extremely rare 4-leaf cluster. Utter scrap. The area we recently touched down in is blanketed with a fresh layer of frozen precipitation. As tranquil and relaxing as it is, I've named it the Valley of Repose. Using Pikmin to move obstacles, I was able to open up some new areas to exploration, where I found this hunk of metal. This fruit was dug up from the floor of an icy cavern. It appears that the fruit's thick skin protected it from the frigid cold. It's quite remarkable. The shape of the fruit eerily resembles the president's head. P.S. The labyrinthine underground entrails of this planet are like a completely different world. Quenching Emblem. I often brag about my inexhaustible supply of self-control, but when I peer at this treasure I can't help but want to take a drink. Spherical Atlas. The purple Pikmin are somehow able to carry this massive treasure. Today we measured their physical strength using the ship's onboard beefometer. It seems they have 10 times the weight and physical power of any other Pikmin. When I throw them, they land with a resounding thud. I've decided to commemorate the cave I first encountered them in by naming it Emergence Cave. See you guys next time when we start going to the Awakening Wood. Goodbye.